Hey everyone, it's Beatrice here from Tropical Stitch. Welcome back to my channel and thank you for joining me today. Today's tutorial I'm going to be showing you how I made this peacock on this blanket that I am making. And I wanted to show you what I did. I didn't use a pattern. I just saw a picture of a peacock and I created this peacock to put on my blanket. Now she's a little bit big, and so in today's tutorial I'm not going to be making the tail quite as long, but we are going to go step by step and I'm going to walk you through what you need to make a similar peacock for any of your projects, and that you can use it for sweaters, blankets, afghans, for pillows, any sofa covers or pillows, sofa pillows, whatever you'd like to use. So let's get started. So for today's tutorial, I'm using a ergonomic crochet hook. It's a 4.5 millimeter and it says 7. And you'll need a pair of scissors, a darning needle, a measuring tape if you need one for your project to decide how big you're going to make the peacock applique, some pins in case you need to pin it to a project. You'll be needing your yarns. In my peacock I did use black. I used white, and this white is a medium 4, and it is a red heart super saver, any white that you have or any colors that you would like to have. Don't have the name of this yarn. I have a little bit left over which I'll be using for the beak. I don't know what it's called, but if any color that you would like to order that suits your taste, that's fine. And any blues, I have some leftover blues. So really it's just going to be any kind of color that you would like to use. Use your imagination. If you want a blue peacock, a red peacock, if you want to use your imagination, just feel free to just do whatever you need to do to make your project stand out and make it pretty. So let's get started. I'd also like to add that for the tail, I did use these yarns that I did find on Amazon. They came in a like a sampling kit, and it has a whole bunch of colors that you can mix and match. But when we get into the tail, I will discuss this more. But for this package of colors that I got as a sample, I will put it down in the description box in the tutorial. And these fuzzy yarns, they're called eyelash yarns. And it says Jubilee Yarn Minnesota eyelash yarn. This is sparkly white. And I love it because it gave my peacock like more of a feather look than more of just a crochet bland look. I wanted a little bit more texture to my peacock. So I will put the description of this particular sampling yarn in the description below. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I didn't use a pattern. I just kind of created it out of my own imagination. And if you'll notice that my applique is a little bit puffy, that's because I wanted more of a 3D design to the peacock. So underneath it, I've already stitched it, but underneath I did put some of that fuzzy stuff that you put inside pillows, and I just stuffed some of it's like cotton. I like my crochet projects to have like a little 3D to it. So let's get started with the head and this little part here, the body. Okay, so let's get started with this upper part here. So what we're going to do is we're going to make our magic circle, because we want a circle to start making this particular shape. So let's put your yarn over your two fingers, make a cross, yarn under this first one, yarn closest to your fingers, to the end of your finger, grab the other yarn with the hook, twist, grab the other yarn, pull through, and make a stitch. Okay? Now, for those of you who just do not want to do a magic circle, I will make another video for an alternative to the magic circle that you can watch, and then you can continue from this point on. But for right now, we're going to use the magic circle. So we're going to chain one, and we're going to make 12 total double crochets around this magic circle. Okay, so we're going to start. This is going to count as one. So we just need to make 11 more. Okay, so go ahead and make your 11 stitches, and then I'll meet you back at the other end. Okay, now we're at the end. So we're going to grab our magic circle, pull it closed, and we're going to grab the end of our stitch that we just finished, that last stitch, and we're going to slip stitch into the first stitch that we started with, this stitch that we started with. So just take your hook, insert it into top stitch, pull through one hoop, pull it through to make a slip stitch. Okay, and then just pull your magic circle tight. Okay, so from this point we're going to move over one stitch to the left, insert your hook in there. We're going to go to the left, and we're going to make a single stitch, and then we're going to chain one, and now we're going to go back around and make the circle bigger. So the head is a little bit bigger than, see how it's kind of already taking shape, if you can see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make 24 stitches. We're going to put 2 double crochet in each of the double crochets that we've already made. Okay, so now we're going to go into the next stitch. Actually, the one that we made, you're going to go back into that same stitch. So double crochet in that same stitch. Now you have 2 double crochets in essence in that stitch. Okay, now we want 2 double crochets in every one. 2, so just keep doing your double crochets in each one of these stitches, and I'll meet you back at the end. Okay, so now we're back at the end, and we're going to do the same thing we did with the first row. We're going to insert our hook into the top stitch that we had in our first stitch, and then we're going to just pull it through to make a slip stitch. Okay? So from this point on, we need to start making this part here, this part of the neck. Okay? So what we're going to do, what I do is I just eyeball it. So I know that if you put it down and you want the neck to be, oh, let's say, maybe the neck on my peacock here, on my sample, is, I would say it's about 1.5 inches. So really you're going to take your circle that you crocheted and maybe just go like 1.5 inches. So you can put a marker if that's how, so let's say we want it just till about right here. Just put a little marker, and that should tell you about how far you want to go. These little markers also come in kits, or you can get them at Amazon, but I think mine came in a kit. But if you don't have a marker, you can always take a little piece of any color yarn and you can make a marker. So I'm just going to take a little piece of thread, and I'm just going to kind of eyeball it right here and just insert this as a marker. Just insert your hook like this, and then just grab it, pull it through. So see, you don't need to buy anything. You can just use any color yarn. So that's about where we want to crochet over. So you're going to grab your hook and return where we were. Continue where we were. Sorry, that noise you're hearing is my little Maltese doggy. I guess she wants to talk as well. So we're going from here to this marker because that's about as big as we want this particular area to be. Okay? So we're going to go in and we're going to do about, let's chain 1. And we're going to go into the next stitch and we're going to do a single stitch. 1, 2, and then let's just do one more. 3 stitches, okay? And then we're going to chain 1 and then turn your work around and do about 3 more single crochets. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Then we're going to chain 1 and we're going to turn our work again. So let's see how that looks. And when I crochet, it's really not a science. It really is just, I eyeball it, and if it doesn't look good, I take it out. I frog it. If it looks good, then I just continue. So we're starting to take shape with our head here, right here, okay? So as you can see from this point on, we need to start increasing it so that we can get the the body bigger. And if you want to follow me exactly, then what we're going to do is we're going to use the two colors just like I did here. So we're just going to make this teal color, and then we will change colors, and then I will show you how to add the dark blue for the upper breast, the front breast part of the peacock. Okay, so for right now we're just going to continue down this row of the peacock. Okay, so we're going to add, we turned our work, and now we're going to do, double crochets. Okay, so now we're going to yarn over, and in this particular stitch, not the one next to it, this particular stitch right here, we're going to go in and we're going to make a double crochet. Pull through two, pull through two, yarn over, insert your hook, pull through, yarn over. I also made a video on single crochets and double crochets and half double crochets, and I will put a link so that you can see those videos if you need to refresh on those particular basic stitches. Okay, so we're going to make another one. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through two, pull through two. Okay, and then we're going to go into this particular last stitch right here. Yarn over, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. I don't know why I like to say that so much. Pull through two, pull through two. Okay? Chain one, and we're going to turn our work. Okay, we're going to keep doing double crochets until we get to the bottom of this particular area here. But like I said, we're just going to wing it. So we're going to do double crochet in that same stitch that we just finished. Double crochet, yarn over, pull through two, pull through two, another double crochet, we're going to add another double crochet in the same stitch. Okay. Chain one and turn our work. Okay. We're going to make another row of double crochet in that same stitch right here. And we're going to add one more double crochet in that same stitch that we just completed. She's starting to take shape. I think I'm going to do 2 more rows of double crochets. So chain 1 and turn your work. Again, stitch right where we were. One more double crochet in that chain we just completed. Chain 1, turn our work. Double crochet right back where we just left. And one more double crochet at the very end that we just completed. Yeah, that's about the right size. Before we cut this, we're just going to single crochet the border of the peacock. See, all the way around till we get to the end of the neck, okay? So from this point, we're just gonna double crochet, because if you don't, you see how it's kind of left a little bit holes in the edge. So what we want to do is clean that off. So we're going to chain 1 and we're going to do single crochets all the way around until we get to the neck. Okay? So we're just going to turn our work. So now you have the head of the peacock to your left if you're right-handed. Okay? So we're just going to go into the next stitch and just single crochet it to give it a nice edge. So go ahead and do single crochets all the way around till you get to the neck, and I will meet you right at the other end. Okay, so now we're here at the end. We did our single crochets all the way around the right side of the peacock, right? And now we're here at the end by the neck. Okay? So do one more stitch right at the beginning of the neck and pull through. Now, the easiest way to change colors is at this particular point when you have the two loops. just grab your new color. So I'm going to use the same blue that I used in the sample, and just put it over your hook and double it over. Did you see that? I just took the yarn with my hook, and I'm going to just put it over the hook, and I'm going to grab those two strands of the teal color, okay, and I'm going to pull through like this. Now we've changed the color. So at the back, now you have the long yarn that we were working with, the teal. You have the tail that we started with, and then now you have the navy blue, the royal blue color, and then you have the tail. So from this point, we're going to start making the front portion of the peacock, okay? So for right now, we're going to just do one row down the side, one row of single crochet, okay? Just kind of pull your yarns a little bit. There we go. Okay. Insert your hook in the next stitch. Do single crochets all the way down to the end, and I'll meet you right back here at this particular point. Okay, so now we're at the end. Then we're going to chain one, and we're going to turn our work. So we are going to do, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 double crochets in the next 5 stitches. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull through, yarn over 2, 1, 2 half double crochets, and we're going to do 2 single crochets. So now we have the 2 colors. We have the body, we have the breast of the peacock is a navy blue, and so from this point we're going to take that last stitch and we're just going to insert our hook and do a slip stitch and pull our thread through. Okay? Cut your yarn. Then we're going to just weave in that end. So pull it through. Now we're going to weave in our ends. And if you are a beginner, weaving just means we don't want any loose yarns or tails. So you just grab your darning needle, any kind you like, and you just start weaving it in so that you prevent any yarn coming through. So just take your darning needle and just pull it through. You can turn your work. You can pull it through this way. Okay. That's what you need to do, is just take, that's all we're doing, is we're just weaving in our ends. So weave in all your ends, and I'll meet you back here. Make a slip knot, however you prefer. We're going to chain to about how big we want the black portion. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I just did about 8 stitches. Okay. So the black is going to be in the center of our white. So we need to leave a little bit of room in the front for the front of the face. So I'm going to stop at 8 stitches. Then we're going to turn our work, and we're going to do single crochet all the way back to the end of the stitch. So go into the next stitch, make single crochets all the way down. Pull through, cut your yarn, pull through. So this is going to be the black portion, okay? Now for the white around here, we're going to take our white yarn, here's your yarn. At the very first stitch that we made, we're going to insert our hook, and we're going to grab the white yarn with our hook and pull it through. Okay? And now we're going to chain 1, now we're going to go and do single crochets on the top and all the way around till we get to the first stitch here. So we're going to just single crochet. when you get to the end, put in one more single crochet in that same single crochet that you've just done. Okay? Do one more single crochet. Now we're going to go into the turn of the black yarn. Okay? Now we're going to do a half double crochet into the next stitch. And we're going to do double crochets all the way to the end. One more stitch right in that last stitch. Pull it through. You see that you still have, before you do weave in your ends, you can, here's a trick, you can take the extra strips of yarn that you had left over and you can sew them into the head of the crochet to pin it down, to hold it down. In other words, take what you had left over here and you're going to insert it and sew it into the back. Okay? Just like this. I should have said that at the beginning, that it is a time saver if you just take the yarn that you had left over and you can sew down the face of the peacock. But however you prefer. If you want to weave it all in and then start fresh, that's totally up to you, at your discretion. Okay. Now we'll just turn it over. So I'm just taking the white and I'm also going to just pull it through the back. Okay. Instead of weaving it through the white, I'm just taking it through the back to tack it down. Okay? So just grab your yarn, the white yarn, and cut a generous portion of the yarn, and we're going to continue tacking down that the white face. Okay? So you just want to tack it down inside these stitches. So just insert your hook through the back here. Okay, so now with the white is tacked on, and you see how I have a little eye on the applique that I made on my blanket. So from this point you don't need to cut, just go ahead and take your darning needle and insert it into the black area, and then just pull through, and then just make a little eye inside. Okay. So now your peacock has a little white eye, okay? Then just take it, the thread through the back and weave it in. Now for the beak, I'm going to use this kind of like a golden brown color, and I apologize because I threw away the wrapper, so I don't know exactly what color it is, but again, you can use whatever you like. If you want it to be a little darker brown, lighter brown, you want it to be yellow, red, whatever your project is going to call out for. So for the beak, we're going to take our yarn and make a slip knot. It's not a very big piece, so we're not doing a whole lot of stitches. So we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's about as big as we want the beak to be. Then we're going to single crochet into the next stitch. Single crochet into the next stitch, single crochet into the next stitch. So we're going to do 3 single crochets. At this point, we want to chain 1 and turn your work. Okay? But you see how the beak is a little bit pointy? So we want to have a little point. You're kind of making a triangle. Okay, so we turned our work, and now we're going to go into the next stitch and do a single crochet. And in the next stitch, another single crochet. Chain 1 and turn your work. Then we're going to do another single crochet into the next stitch. So we were here with this last stitch, and just insert your hook into this little hole that we have right here. Insert your hook in there, make one more stitch, and pull it through. You see how it left a hole in there? So what we want to do to correct that is just insert your hook into the next stitch over and pull through and do a slip stitch. Okay. Now pull your, cut it, pull it through. And so here is the beak that we can attach to the front. It really isn't a science. I always just put stitches where I need them, and then just go from there. So we're just gonna eyeball it and attach the beak to the face by just inserting the yarn into the face. With some stitches. And when I make projects and there's something wrong or something's missing, I just, like I said, I didn't use a pattern, so I just kind of eyeball it, do a lot of eyeballing and a lot of fudging with just stitches, and how I want it to look at the end is how I repair any type of stitch that went wrong or the way I don't want it to look. So and there's the beak. But you see how it did leave a little bit of a hole? So like I said, I just kind of fudge it. So I'm just going to weave in the leftover yarn to kind of conceal that little stitch that's open, because at the end of the day, if you're going to be applying this to any type of a pillow or a blanket, people aren't going to notice that there's one stitch out of place or out of whack, or they're going to see the magic of the entire applique. So just insert stitches to keep the beak in place. Okay? Pull it through and kind of weave in any tails, because you don't really want any tails coming out of the project once it's done. And there you have the beak. So that's it for this tutorial. In the next video, I am going to be finishing, and we'll go over the crown that I put on top of the head of the peacock. We'll go over the tail portion. This video, it just got a little bit too long, so we'll just have a part 2. So thank you for joining me, and I will see you in the next video. Have a great day.